Good afternoon, boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to another exciting episode. CertaPro Painters presents Montez at Midday. How is everyone doing on this wonderful wet Wednesday edition of the show? But anyway, we're here Wednesday. How we doing, good people? How are we doing? Let's raise that roof a little bit. We had to put the roof on today. Got a little liquid. Sunshine is in the building. All systems a go. Woody's here with me. Oh, Willie and Drake getting it in for sure. Great Cardinal win last night. Great Cardinal win. Oh, Sonny looked good. Looked good. I thought they were going to pull him in that fourth inning. They let him stay in the game, finish it. It was a good outing, good first win for Sonny Gray. 5-inning pitch, 5 hits and 5 strikeouts. And the bullpen came through with the bases loaded. That's what I'm talking about. Key double plays. I like when Cardinals have games like that. Not saying every win was going to be that way. There will always be ups and downs, whether we win or lose from the Cardinal fan base. With the greatest baseball crowd comes the greatest and largest critical fan base in the history of sports. But either way, go Cards. If you're going to the ball game today and you're looking for parking this late right now, you can stop on down 1120 South 6th Street. Use the Dre Montez promo today. It's only $10 to park at 1120 South 6th Street. Check it out, check it out, check it out. It's always available during Cardinal home games for sure. And if there's any special events going on down, I share that information with you as well. Raising that roof, high fives in the building, chest bump. Let's hug it out. I don't know about you. I knew my body was changing based on the weather when I was like 19 years on the military. And the first time it was weather like this, my hormones got acting crazy. So anytime the weather is like this, I'm a little crazy. And apparently that happened Monday. I can't tell you the information I found out about Monday. But without further ado, how you folks doing today? If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my Aunt Cynthia. Happy birthday to you, Annie. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, happy anniversary. You got Siegfried's Leather and Liquid and Lace on Gravois, celebrating 10 years in the business. 10 years. Just like Ballpark Village first building. 10 years in the building. 10 years ago. If you're down at the stadium, or the next time you go down to the stadium, go by Ballpark Village, just take a gander. 10 years ago, that one building opened. Since then, we have built a whole new town, new city. For real. Go Cards. Let's get through our pillars of the day. Let's let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Laughter's been off key because I'm watching old reruns of Sanford and Son on one TV. And on the other TV, Mad Dog Russo is the type of sports guy that really grabbed me in the days of talk radio. That shock jock, that one that yelled in the radio and it made you yell back as a fan. It made you want to get engaged, get involved, roll your sleeves up and get involved, Todd. Like situation. And his banter this morning, very comical, but warranted. We may bitch about the fouls and the strikes, when they call it, when it happens. Was it pass interference? Was it not? Why call that play call that penalty at that point of the game? Was it a penalty? Yes. We're having a discussion more than ever of when to make these calls. A pivotal 7 game. A decisive game, the last seconds. If it's going to be that way, it has to go both ways. How are you not watching out for that the entire game? And that play has been called the entire game, but now you wait to call that game. You had an NBA game last night where only, 10 free throws were shot. How? I want to know what referees, umpires, and legal officials across the board, what are they doing when they get off work? I want to know who they listen to, what's their thought process, how they Zoom meetings go with their boss, their overseer. They're analysts that keeps all the data that they do, the pros and the cons, who's in charge, and letting them know, hey, you fucked up this game. You can't work for another 2 weeks. Hey, you did pretty good. We're bumping you up. You're going to get 2 extra games in a week. I mean, what are the incentives when you have a perfect game, when your report card comes out as a league official? What is the reward when there's no bitching? But if you're Angel Hernandez, if you're one of those characters, where's the reprimand? Because you've been in the league so long, it's like no one can give you any constructive criticism, any advice, lend a helping hand. Or even say, hey, are you sure that's the right call? I think more about that UConn game, about that foul, whether it was a screen, moving screen or not. If you're a basketball player, a basketball official on any level, was that the right call to make at that time? Probably not. But was it a foul? Was it a foul? I thought about some plays in baseball when the strike zone is really, it's tight as your first girlfriend's asshole. It's that tight during the playoffs. Then it gets a little lenient as we get closer and closer to the World Series. If they keep it the same across the board, I don't think we will have complaints. But it's too up and down for me across the board. And now with the playoffs, with the NBA about to start, there are people that still don't understand the play-in format. That's hilarious. It's on the TV. It's on your app. It's everywhere you're looking for if you're a basketball fan and you still don't understand the play-in format, okay. We'll work with you next year, Ted. We'll work with you next year. But how are you folks doing today? It is one of those weather days I dream about. This type of weather here, I'm telling you. All right. All right, good people. Well, here you go. We're going to start the show off today by doing a recap of what happened Monday. What happened Monday, it was the build-up to Monday for me about the eclipse. Here's what I've learned as of yesterday. I actually saw the financial involvement of this from you guys, you folks traveling, getting hotels, food trucks, alcohol, paying for entertainment. I looked at the bottom dollar of that for 2 to 6 minutes. The money that was spent. Shame on you hotels that charge people. You know damn well nobody coming to your small ass town ever again for like 8 to 10 years. You will never have an impactful cherry picking, strawberry patch, watermelon hayride, anything the town does. You would never have that many people. You've never had the hotel sold out since it's been open in 35 years. And you want to charge people $250 a night at a fucking motel? This is why people destroy hotel rooms. This is why. It's why people become squanderers in a hotel room because of this shit here. And the fact you people paid for it. Who? On the happier side, congratulations to all of the eclipse babies that were born. I didn't know that many Hollywood people were eclipse babies. Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Reynolds, who was the other one? George Clooney. There were some very high-profile actors and actresses that were born during an eclipse. Didn't know that. But the money people spent and how far people went. I want to see the same amount of people that travel going to Africa or going to Antarctica. I'm with Mad Dog on that. You just could have went right outside your house and looked up. I don't get why people drove that far. I don't get it, teach his own. But the babies that were born, wow, I had no idea. I know about twins and about the 88 kids. We had the 99 kids. We had the 11. We had the 12. We had the 1. Then to the 2s. Been through all of it. But the eclipse babies, the older I get, the more and more I'm learning. The more you grow, the more you know. Bing, bing, bing. Brought to you by We Don't Even Know. It's Wednesday. Entertainment is in the air. You got to find something to do. Just in case just in case you're out and about and wondering, well, what can we do today? What is there to do today? It is Wednesday, downtown Bell Vegas, Lincoln Movie Theater. $5 movies, free popcorn. $5 movies at the Lincoln Movie Theater in downtown Bell Vegas. $5 movies and free popcorn. Don't say and try to help you. Because a lot of you don't know what to do with them damn kids or don't even know how to make popcorn at home. Here's a odd story I found. As much as I'm crazy about living on the road, in an RV, in a van, just traveling, just doing that. I saw a video about these Airstream vehicles, like a trailer that you pull. Well, first of all, I think you need to read the directions. Look at the safety precautions. Go to YouTube, check out the review on these things. But they look awesome. They look awesome. You just pull it behind your vehicle, look like a trailer. But it's an Airstream, they call it. Well, for some reason, some people decided to ride in the back of one as it was on a trip. I've never even paid attention to these things before, let alone see the inside of it. But from what I understand, you're not supposed to ride in the back of these things, especially while it's moving on the street or a highway. You're not supposed to do that. Well, allegedly, someone did. And the door came open as it was going down the highway. And it didn't end well for the family. So now they're changing, I guess, the way the door is being done since this. And allegedly people didn't know they weren't supposed to ride back there. But the guy they were talking to, he owns one. And the reporter said, has the door ever coming up on you? He's like, yeah. Comes open, not all the time, but it's come open, especially when I hit a bump. So I don't know why people were riding back there. If you know about these Airstreams, let me know. Is it a good thing to have if you're going camping? It looks like a lot of fun. Staying on that Monday recap. I finally watched WrestleMania. I haven't watched WrestleMania since 1990. That was the last WrestleMania I can actually remember, like being invested in, watching, being excited about it in April. WrestleMania. Let's watch it. Wow. If it wasn't for the wrestlers in the 80s and 90s, they wouldn't have cheated on their wives and fucked that much, had that many kids. Who would be wrestling today? Who? It's all their kids. It's like two bloodlines in wrestling. Like, oh my God. Had no idea. No idea. The excitement for WrestleMania. What's the biggest venue they played at for WrestleMania? I was trying to think about that. They've had WrestleMania some wild spots, but the way that was captured and everything that was going on, I really like what they did for WrestleMania. Stand on recap for Monday. The Country Music Awards. Listen, this ain't no Grand Ole Opry. This ain't Nashville in the 60s and 70s. This ain't Hee Haw in the 70s. No. Damn the performers. Did you see the Nashville people of today? The way they look, dress, and sing. Did you see that? What? I'm just calling it music. I'm just calling it all. It look like there's a little rain delay right now. Look like it's sprinkling on the field just a little bit. I got the game on right now. My buddy, he's one of the top guys out there with the field crew. Used to play ball with him over in Wood River, Illinois. Shout out to Wood River. Wild Hogs, baby. But the tarp is off the field. It's misty rain right now, but that doesn't look like we're going to play ball, folks. If you're still trying to figure out where to park at, 1120 South 6th Street. Straight Montez promo there. It's $10 to park today. $10. You on down there and say what up to the people. Hey, it's the Wolf. It's the Wolf. It's the Wolf. Thanks for tuning in. Looking forward to next Tuesday. But recap of Monday one more time. I had no idea the excitement of having an eclipse, baby. Didn't know that. Learned about the Airstream trailers, WrestleMania. Again, if it wasn't for those fathers having all those kids, I think wrestling would be done. Their kids are carrying that sport. The top guys from the 70s and 80s and 90s, their kids are running the sport. Think about that. And the Country Music Awards, I can't call it country no more. I can't. That's just music. Good music. The wardrobe, who changes 12 times during the wardrobe? The people that can. I enjoyed the Country Music Awards. I enjoyed WrestleMania. I really did. And I enjoyed the stories they had about the Eclipse babies. The only stories I didn't like was the amount of money that hotels were charging, knowing damn well they're not going to get that many people in that hotel ever the fuck again, charging $250 for fucking motel. That's crazy. All right, moving right along, good people, good folks. It's time for a new voice. As a Kentucky basketball fan, that was probably one of the best exit speeches while going and staying in the same conference. What Coach Cal did. His goodbye speech to Kentucky fans, Big Blue Nation, BBN, he brought some facts to the table. He was real. He didn't lie. When you've done something long enough, the passion is still there, but you know what you're doing for this particular group is not where they want it to be at. And you're man enough or woman enough or been coaching long enough that you can see that. Now, him going to Arkansas, I agree with Boogie. It's going to be another number one recruiting class. He has that attention. He has that appeal. What's in Arkansas? What could possibly be? Well, you got Tyson. So that's an NIL deal for somebody. And there's a Walmart money heir in Arkansas. So that right there, we got the money right there taken care of. He's got the coaching. He's got the recruiting. He has the standard. We know that. But on the other side of that, who's coming in at Kentucky? It's not going to be Jay Wright. Not going to be Billy Donovan. It's not going to be Hurley. It's not going to be anyone in a situation, an institution that's set up and they already got their method of coaching it and it's working. They're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. This could be off the list to the left or to the right. But I'm going to stay on the female spectrum here for 1 second. We can have men coaching the women. It's not that many women coaching the men. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me right now. Who has that power right now to be that game changer, to be that rump shaker that could really shake it up? Don Staley. What if Don Staley leaves South Carolina and go to Kentucky? I'm just saying. I've seen stranger things. I've seen stranger things happen in the world of sports. Let's shake it up. They talking about Becky Hammond being the first NBA coach. Let's do it on a collegiate level. Let's do it on the D1 level. Let's do it at top school level. Let's shake it up. Let's shake it up before Monday night, which is the WNBA draft. Now that right there, and we're not doing it for clicks, likes. We're doing it for the simple thing of coaching and bringing and putting Big Blue Nation where it should be. Because I don't see a coach out there that can fit that pedigree of the requirements, the standard that Calipari set there. There are not too many people that want to follow those shoes. Let's look at some historical schools that did that in the past. How'd it work out at Duke? Huh? How did it work out? It took some time at Duke. It wasn't right away. Look who had to go get. Look who Carolina had to go get. What coaches out there right now that you can think of that could fit that mold? You can't be like Coach Cal. You got to go to Big Blue Nation, Kentucky, being you. But what are you bringing to the table? You know, women say that all the time when they've been through some shit and they've started over. But what are you bringing to the table? Because I'm not doing that no more. And Kentucky learned that on that Billy Gillespie shit. They're not doing that again. 15 years of this man, and now what are we going to do? This wouldn't be a gimmick. I want them to put this into some serious thought. Don Staley at Kentucky. There's some coaches vacancies out here with some good opportunities. Look at Stanford. Tyra Vanderbilt just stepped down yesterday. Who's up next with Stanford? Could be one of the twins that came out of there. I want to know who is on the list for Kentucky. The list I've been seeing is not what I want to see. And it is game time here. We got the pitch underway. Go Cardinals right there. And what I also spotted yesterday, watching the SEC softball game, the SEC women's softball teams, they have a lot more swagger than the Big Ten. I watched Michigan and Michigan State girls softball game yesterday. I saw a young lady get thrown out from second base by a left-handed left fielder. A left-handed left fielder. She was not running. It was not the best of throws, but there was no hustle. There was no effort. On the other TV, I'm watching Florida State. Now I'm watching Clemson and Auburn. They were getting Auburn and South Carolina. They were getting at it at that game. Shit talking, pointing at each other. It was amazing. And when the hell did South Carolina get a giant cock to walk around the stadium? That big-ass bird scared the hell out of me on TV. But they have it. I saw that yesterday. We're going to keep it right here on this baseball thing for 1 second. Jackson Holliday got the call-up for the Baltimore Orioles. That's Matt Holliday's son. He's going to be wearing the number 7 for the Orioles, the number 7. If you're a baseball fan, the Orioles had the number 6 and the number 8 and the number 7. 6, 7, and 8. 6 was Billy Ripken. 8 was Cal Ripken. And 7 was their dad, Cal Sr. Cal Sr. passed away. No one has worn the number 7 in the Orioles family since then. They knew what this number meant to the Holiday family. They talked about it and they thought about it. So it's going to be wearing number 7 for the Orioles. If that doesn't get you to that phrase, why I love baseball, that right there gets me for sure. Why I love baseball. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much. If you're at work, we appreciate it. If you're at the Cardinals game and listening, you're brave. You're brave. You should be watching the game. And most importantly, I love day baseball. It is the best ever. You're home by 6 o'clock. I'm not a talker. Not a talker. All right, we're going to take a short break here, have a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub, and have a little bit more conversation and discussion about, I think, moving forward, something I talked about in the latest episode of my podcast, about the role of parents that have kids that play sports. Be right back at the word from my sponsor.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Hello, Governor. And we're back. CertaPro Painters. OKC presents Montez at midday. It's Wet Wednesday. It's We Here Wednesday. What up, Wednesday? How you do? Day baseball. I love it. I think they're like 4-day baseball games and a couple of softball games we'll get to check out today. On the telly. Right on the telly. On the telly. All right. On my latest podcast episode 548, I'm talking about parents that have kids that play sports on the responsibility of the parents. I'm not saying you need to know everything there is to know about whatever sport your kid is playing. I'm talking about moving forward with your child. You got to do your homework as well. What they're doing on the field, you should be learning the business side of the sport, understanding the coaching technique, understanding the equipment, understand the trials and tribulations of what's going on in this path of your child playing sports. Because sometimes we get off track. You know, the support system is greater today than it was 25, 30 years ago for kids that are playing sports. It's all kind of support out there for you from your family and friends. It is right there. My thing is the language barrier. The language barrier in sports. A lot of parents don't know a whole lot of things to help their child move further in sports. And the child, in turn, really doesn't know because they're a child. And it turns into an anger issue, door slamming. I don't want to play this fucking game no more, Mom, Dad. I hate you all. Slam the door. Boom. That's what's going on. But if we both understand what we're doing, okay, I think the distractions and the stress could be handled more. More importantly, social media. When things not going your kid way, don't go on social media attacking the organization, the league, the coaching, or the facility. Do your homework as well. Also, I talked about summer camps. Summer camps when we were kids, as far as pricing, nowhere in the ballpark. If you want to send your kid to a camp this year beyond a week and you have more than one kid, you might want to do your research. Depending on where you live at, you might want to do your research. What I saw today, for your kid to go to summer camp, they have financial plan, payment plans, financing. Hold on, this is the one that gets me. Your kid can get a scholarship to go to summer camp. Get your kid outside this summer. Or keep them inside and have them on screens all day. And we know what the data has shown us about screen time over the summer when a kid has nothing to do or nowhere to go. It's not good. Not good at all. All right, folks. As I say, let me thank the folks one more time that I met down at Angry Beaver this past weekend. Did a live remote with the Darren Yates Show and his crew. Shout out to Big Stu. Shout out to Jamie, Sarah, and Chestnut. It was a good time. It really was. At the Darren Yates Show this past Saturday. If you have followed Darren Yates, he's all over social media. Very positive guy, knocking down doors, knocking down barriers. Just got back from Austin, Texas, doing a reality show. He talks a lot about that, but I don't think he can really tell us about the complete details until the show is aired. But check him out for sure. Again, that was a pleasure doing that. If you haven't had a chance to peep that piece on John Calipari, talking about his time for a new voice, probably one of the best exit speeches, and you're still in the profession I've heard ever. It's probably one of the best ones. That's got to be a hard thing to do, to know. You got to be true to yourself when that goes on. It's not quitting. You still want to coach, but I'm going to take this somewhere else. You can bring somebody in here, and that's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm going to love Blick Blue Nation to the end of time, but I'm going to move on. That's respectable. It's hard for us to let go of longevity. Look at what we do when athletes retire. Play for one organization. Do we handle it well? If you're a coach somewhere more than 10 years or a player more than 10 years, there's going to be some boos, some applause, because we don't know the information behind the story. But thank you, Coach Kyle, for what you did for Big Blue Nation, the 15 years you were there. I would never forget it. Trust me, for sure. All right, folks, I'm going to let you get out of here and enjoy this Cardinal ball game. I want to see Jackson Holiday do his thing for Baltimore. All right, folks, enjoy your day. Thanks again for tuning in to CertaPro Painters Presents Montez at Midday. The latest podcast episode will be uploaded tomorrow. You get my breakdown on parents of coaches of kids that play sports and summer camps. Yeah, we went deep in the basement on that one. All right, folks, enjoy your day, and thanks again. Appreciate it. Until next time, I'll holler at you, player. Peace, and we out.